Good morning, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of the Catskills. I'm Cheryl Chandler, the Worship Associate for this morning. Many thanks to our technical team for their help with this morning's service. A big welcome to everyone, whether you're attending live or live in the sanctuary or via Zoom. Unitarian Universalism is a liberal religious faith that carries no creed and welcomes all seekers. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. We are guided by a set of principles and written sources that encompass the many ways we come to know and understand the world, the universe, and the divine. Our principles are important to us at UU Catskills, and we live our values on a daily basis. We affirm that Black Lives Matter. We are a welcoming and affirming congregation for the LGBTQ+ community. We are a congregation affiliate of the Ulster Immigrant Defense Network, and we are an active voice in the effort to address climate change. Our sanctuary is built on the land of the Lenape people. Please take a moment to greet those sitting near you. You can visit our website, uucatskills.org, to find contact information, to be added to the mailing list, and to find the latest newsletter. You will also find newsworthy items or upcoming events in our UU community. A special welcome to all our visitors with us today. If you are in person in the sanctuary and would like to introduce yourself, please raise your hand, as we would love to say hello to you and welcome you personally. Yes?
Her name is Maddie.
Maddie? Welcome. Welcome. You picked a great day to come. There's cake today.
Maddie comes to Bedtime Story every Tuesday for since the pandemic.
Awesome. That's great. We're glad you're here. If you're a visitor online and would like to be added to our mailing list, you can put your name and email address in the chat box area. After the service, please stay for an in-person or virtual coffee break. A reminder, everyone, please take a moment to turn off your cell phones or other electronic devices. Give yourself permission to be fully present here and now. And a special thank you to everyone who helped create this service today. I have a few announcements, if I can find it. Oh, here. Okay. Social Action Minute by Kathy Eberlein. Right, Kathy? Come on up.
Well, time is almost up. Today is the last day to donate toward our Ulster Immigrant Defense Network collection. But don't worry if you haven't donated yet. Just see me after today's service with a cash donation, and Paula and I will shop for you. Easy peasy. And thank you to each and every person who has donated to UIDN in the past and to this event. You've made a difference in someone's life.
Thank you. Okay, I have an announcement. Are you curious about the new UU values that will be voted on at General Assembly in June of 2024? Stay after the service with Jane Podell. Back there, Jane, wave, okay, to learn about what's happening at UUA and the new values. Delicious quiche is being served after the service. Cake and quiche, I'm not going home. An announcement from First Acoustics. Don't forget, there's a First Acoustics concert this afternoon with Black, lesbian, feminist singer-songwriter Deirdre McCullough. Hudson Valley singer-songwriter Callie McKenzie will open the concert. That's this afternoon at 3 o'clock here in our sanctuary. If you're planning to come or would like more information, please see Bruce Wilde, and where are you? There you are, okay, or Ellen Harrington. Okay, and a final announcement. If you didn't know this, the final closing for the purchase of this property was held exactly today, 45 years ago, April 28th, 1978. So today we commemorate the 45th year anniversary of being in this location. And there's cake, so enjoy. And our prelude is April in Paris by Yip Harburg and Vernon Duke, played by Catherine Catabiani. Thank you, Catherine. Please, children want to come up and light the chalice? Any children want to come up? Oh, you want them up here? Okay.
Yes,
got
so
it.
that everyone can see.
Okay, everyone wants to see you. Get up on the stage. Come stand on this side since you lit it. And we'll just see if we can pass it all the way to the end. Come and light it. Let me turn it that way. Get, stay here. Please join me in the lighting the chalice words in your order of service. We light this chalice in grateful, loving community. Even in the darkest of times, may its light path to courage, justice, and hope. Thanks, children. You're great. And now please join me in a unison affirmation. May we be reminded here of our highest aspirations and inspired to bring our gifts of love to all living beings. May we know once again we are not isolated, but connected in wonder and joy to mystery and miracle in the universe and this community and in each other. Thank you, children. Great job. I'll need you later. Okay. Our opening words are from Mahatma Gandhi. He says, "It is unwise to be too sure of one's own wisdom. It is healthy to be reminded that the strongest might weaken and the wisest might err." Please join me for Song 191, Now I Recall My Childhood, and stand if you are able. Our not for children only section is definitely not for children, but if you are a child and I'm ready, yes. Oh. And do like Piglet. This is from the book called Tale of Piglet, which is knowledge from Taoism, and see how many of these things, children and adults, you can do. So, I'm going to stand over here so you can see. First, the wise, according to Piglet, the wise know the value of small things, just as Piglet knows how to appreciate the simple pleasures in life. True happiness lies in the little moments. Piglet's ability to find wonders in the smallest details teaches us of the profound impact and of seemingly insignificant moments and what they can have on our lives. Piglet teaches us that it's okay to ask for help when we need it. He reminds us of the importance of embracing our vulnerabilities and finding strength within them. Vulnerability does not symbolize weakness, but rather strength in recognizing our limitations. It provides an opportunity to grow and develop resilience. Set aside your pride and reach out to others for support. Foster a sense of community and unite. Piglet reminds us that bravery is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to face it head on. Bravery is not about being fearless, but about summoning the inner strength and determination to confront our fears and the courage to overcome them. Kindness is like sunshine. It brightens up even the darkest moments. Just as sunshine illuminates the world, kindness can bring warmth, love, hope, and optimism to gloomy and challenging moments. Acts of kindness can serve as a ray of light. Kindness possesses an unparalleled ability to uplift spirits and infuse happiness into the darkest corners of our lives. No matter how difficult life may be, there's always a glimmer of light that can be found through kindness. It's not the size of the pig that matters, but the size of its heart. Piglet teaches us that being small does not limit our potential. Look beyond others' exteriors and consider the essence of a person. Their character, compassion, and integrity hold far more significance than their outer appearance. Value kindness, empathy, and love, which have the power to inspire and uplift others. One can be small, yet significant. It is a reminder that size and stature do not determine worth and significance. In the busy world of today, it is often the quiet ones who have the most to say, as in Piglet's unassuming exterior, in which lies wisdom, insight, and perspective. Listen to those who don't always seek the spotlight. Beneath their unassuming exteriors lies a wealth of wisdom, insight, and perspective. They wait for the right moment to share their valuable contributions. Sometimes the smallest voice can make the biggest difference. Piglet underscores the idea that silence and introspection provide the ability to truly reflect and ponder, leading to insight and meaningful wisdom. Even a single voice, no matter how small, can challenge the status quo and inspire others to follow suit and make a positive impact on the world. Listen more than you speak. Piglet shows us that one small act of goodness can create a ripple effect of positivity. Sometimes the tiniest gestures can touch the soul in the most profound way. No matter how small our actions, they hold the potential to uplift and inspire others and generate a chain reaction of possibility. In a world that sometimes seems too big, Piglet shows us the power of being small but significant, that one can have a quiet yet impactful presence. Size is not a measure of importance. Every individual is significant, no matter how small they may seem in comparison to the vastness of the world. There is strength in vulnerability. Piglet's openness and honesty are a reminder of that. Strength is not solely dependent on one's physical prowess or bravado, but rather on one's ability to be genuine and authentic. Through the recognition and acceptance of our weaknesses, we can cultivate true strength and resilience. True strength comes from within. Happiness is found in the simplest things, just as Piglet finds joy in a patch of clover. This emphasizes the essence of contentment. True happiness lies not in grand achievements or material possessions, but in the little moments and simple pleasures that often go unnoticed. Learn to derive joy from the ordinary. Find enchantment hidden within the minuscule aspects of life. Slow down, be present, and cherish the simple joys that make life magical. Piglet teaches us that it's not the quantity of friends, but the quality of those friendships that truly matters. It's the meaningful connections we forge with others that ultimately nurtures and enriches our lives. True friendship encourages personal growth and happiness and stand the test of time. The best path is often the one less traveled, just as Piglet often finds hidden gems off the beaten path. Unconventional choices can lead to remarkable discoveries. Following the crowd may not always lead to the most fulfilling outcomes. Piglet says, follow your heart, for it will always lead you in the right direction. Trust your intuition. Our hearts possess an intrinsic wisdom that surpasses logical reasoning. Our hearts are aligned with our true desires and authentic selves, serving as a compass, guiding us toward what truly resonates with our souls. Listen to your heart. You will more likely make the best choice. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, I have mine. You will more likely to make the best choice that brings you joy and fulfillment and leads you toward a path of self-discovery and personal growth. Deep within us lies the wisdom and answers we seek. Piglet's humility and selflessness are a testament to the power of putting others before oneself. Teaching the value of empathy and compassion illuminates the path toward building stronger and more harmonious communities. In a world that values speed and efficiency, Piglet reminds us to slow down and savor life's moments. Piglet, known for his timidity and caution, embodies the essence of simplicity and mindfulness. Take time to enjoy the ordinary. yet extraordinary moments. A beautiful sunset, a heartfelt conversation, a warm embrace. Piglet inspires us to embrace our unique qualities and celebrate the things that make us who we are. There is beauty in individuality. Embracing your unique qualities not only empowers us, but also inspires others to do the same. And finally, sometimes all we need is a quiet friend like Piglet to remind us that we are not alone. We are never truly alone. We are all somehow interconnected. No matter how challenging life may seem, there is always someone to offer comfort and support, to share the journey and provide a listening ear or a comforting hug. In the company of a gentle friend, we can face any obstacle with courage. And those are lessons from Piglet. And he has some cookies for you when you get over there. And when you eat them, you get wiser. Okay, so we'll sing the children. As you leave this friendly place, love will light to every face. May the kindness which you learn light your hearts till you return. Okay, wisdom. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Wisdom is the quality of having experience and good judgment. It is the quality of being wise. It is the ability to think and act utilizing knowledge, experience, understanding, common sense, and insight. A Zen proverb says that, quote, knowledge is learning something new every day. Wisdom is letting go of something every day, end quote. Wisdom and knowledge have quite a bit in common. Both words are primarily used as nouns that are related to learning. They're often listed as synonyms for one another, but there are key differences. Some synonyms for knowledge include ability, awareness, education, expertise, familiarity, grasp. Some synonyms for wisdom include caution, experience, foresight, judgment, and prudence. Wisdom is the capacity of judging rightly in matters relating to life and conduct and sound judgment. Wisdom is a journey, not a destination. There are 4 key sayings that lead to wisdom. I found these fascinating. 1, see how many you can honestly say that you use. 1, I was wrong. 2, I'm sorry. 3, I don't know. And 4, I need help. Wisdom comes with the ability to be still. Just look and listen. No more is needed. Being still, looking and listening activates the non-conceptual intelligence within you. Let stillness direct your words and actions. Knowledge is knowing what to say. Wisdom is knowing when to say it. In my nursery school, I often talked to the children about wisdom in little lessons I called the 4 words, do the right thing. They were our magic words. And I would create little scenarios with dilemmas in which I would ask the children, what is the right thing to do? Invariably, as young as 2, they always knew and made the wiser choice. And then one day, in walks 4-year-old Sebastian with a little plastic baggie, announcing, before I say this, I just want to say that I also encourage them to look for, I invited them to find opportunities to make the right choice at home, not just at school. Sebastian walks in with a little baggie, 4 years old, announcing that his daddy wasn't wise anymore. Inside the baggie, 4 extracted wisdom teeth. Hideous. Wisdom is built upon knowledge. You can be both wise and knowledgeable, but you can't be wise without being knowledgeable. Janet Jackson said, "In complete darkness, we are all the same. It is only our knowledge and wisdom that separates us." Actor Willem Dafoe said, "There's real wisdom in not saying a thing." And I always think, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Perhaps we should listen twice as much as we speak. And a surprising quote from Jimi Hendrix, he says, "Knowledge speaks, but wisdom listens." In closing, I just want to say that wisdom is the quality that keeps you from getting into situations where you need it. And we're going to have, let's see, let me get my, okay. Our offertory. Okay. 1 second, I'll find my way. Oh, yeah, okay. I thought I did it wrong, but I forget the occasional choir singing. Hold on, find it. Here we go, okay. Through our half-plate donations, we contribute to local organizations who are living our values in the work they do. The donations will be divided among these 7 charities. You can also donate using the donate page on our website with PayPal or by mailing your check through the U.S. mail. You'll see a QR code on the order of service for PayPal. Our offertory is Primavera by Marta, let me get the name right, Marta I. Valentin and Jason Shelton, sung by the occasional choir, and the offertory will be received.
Beginnings, a primavera blossoms us now.
Thank you. And now, a few words of wisdom from Bill Tuel.
So I call wisdom enlightenment. And you'll understand as I tell you about my experience with wisdom and enlightenment that dates back 50 years. Because the search for wisdom and enlightenment is a journey through time, both our personal journey and as a human species. 50 years ago in California, my wife, Betsy, and I took a class called Challenge to Change. It had been highly recommended by a neighbor who said it was life-changing for her. This class was offered by an educational organization called Creative Initiative Foundation. And as we took their classes, we learned that the foundation was actually an anti-war organization and used education to convince people that time was running out to find solutions to the world's problems. Hasn't changed much. The focus was on peace and on saving the environment. We continued taking classes, the second being the challenge of time, and we learned that the foundation had a retreat center called Sequoia Seminar, at which they offered week-long seminars involving personal growth on the path to enlightenment, which is another name for wisdom. And we joined that organization of about 1,000 others in the San Francisco Bay Area at the time and learned its goals and objectives, using the various courses to build a community that could effectively create change in the world. Courses were not the only way that the foundation sought to build community. They wrote and produced a rock musical called 13 is a mystical number. I'm showing you the album cover for the recording. It was performed to large audiences in Palo Alto on 2 different seasons. A study course accompanied the performances. 13 is a musical journey to enlightenment using a series of tableaus or sketch scenes, having playing cards representing the various concepts that must be examined on the path to enlightenment. The curriculum of the accompanying course lays out the path to enlightenment. You've heard some of this already. It consisted of 5 sessions for a small discussion group. The first session, the urgency of time, both individual and as a species. Second, the perception of the opposites, masculine and feminine, good and evil, life and death. Session 3, the choice of goodness, deciding unequivocally to choose the good. And Cheryl was talking about that it's known to even kids at age 2 and beyond. Session 4, resist not evil, to reject violence in any form. And Session 5, community, or if you break it apart, come-unity, as the outcome so that all mankind may act to be good. The actual musical in Act 1 is the current unconsciousness represented by the character Eve from the Bible. Act 2 is the consciousness of the choices represented by the Virgin Mary. And Act 3 is the choice for good and for enlightenment, represented by a female figure that they were named Donn. The journey, of course, is within. Each person's journey is to travel the path of learning, which is, again, another way of saying enlightenment. For me, the experience of Creative Initiative Foundation was indeed life-changing, as they learned an alternative view of religion and of the Bible as a psychological source, more than a documentation of history. And the process has become my source of wisdom and personal growth. I give you one of the lyrics from one of the songs from 13. There are roads not made of stone, but built of time. They are pathways for the soul to go, to seek, to find, and then return to share its story with the world. Some pathways lead to life, some to death, chosen because they seemed the way to go. And on each traveler, time has set its mark until the traveler sets his mark on time. Each traveler goes to find his cup of truth. Across the spans of time we search alone and long our way through all eternity until we see the light that leads us home. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Please join me in Song 354, We Laugh, We Cry, and Stand as You Are Able. words of wisdom from Donn Critchell.
Good morning. It's great to hear your voices. I've been with this congregation for a long time, over 50 years. When I joined, it was in the YWCA. Then we moved to Henry Street, a wonderful funeral home. And then 45 years ago, today, some of us were on the board, and we helped buy this place. And we met over there, not in this big room, in that little room over there. And so, lots of changes have taken place over that period of time. And so you look around, and people with the gray hair, which I'm proud of. I'm proud to have hair. But some of the members were also there with me. So wisdom comes from experience, and I've had a lot of time for that, to learn things. When I was growing up, my father didn't have too much time with me. He worked 6 days a week. And so I would see him when he came home at nighttime, and he would sit in his chair and he'd sort of read the paper, and his eyes would close. And my mother would say, "Go in and see if your father is awake." And so I would go in, and I'd go up to him, and I'd get way down and look up, and then I'd go back out and report. But anyway, he was a good person, and he said, when you leave a place, leave it better than you found it. And that really stuck with me. And he also said, if you see somebody and they ask for money, and they want to get something to eat, well, take them to a restaurant and buy the food there so that they can eat there. He said, don't just give them the money. He said, they might use it for something else. I said, oh, okay. Well, I had that experience here. I was standing outside with the minister, and this van pulls up full of people, and they said, we need money for gas. And the minister looks at me, and I look at the minister, and I says, I said, well, okay, that's fine. I said, we have gas in the shed, which we use for the tractor. We'll just put it in your tank. So instead of giving them the money, we gave them the gas, which is what they wanted. And they were happy to receive it, because now they could get to where they were trying to go. The last thing is what we do for others. And I worked in the hospital for about a year. And when I would walk into the room, wake up the patient in the morning, which they really love. And I'd flip on the hot water, and then I'd go over and wake them up. And then I'd come back, because it takes a while for hot water to come up. And I'd get the face cloth, get it nice and wet, wring it out a little bit, hand it to them. Well, they like that. Lots of times you get stuck with cold water when you're in a hospital. Okay, and those of you that have been there know what that's like. So that makes people happy. Well, I had one patient, and I had to catheterize him, which means you run a tube up into his bladder. And I couldn't let all the fluid out, so I had to go and let a certain amount out and stop it, go off, do something else, come back half an hour later, let some more out. It's a bit of a process. Anyway, by the end of my shift, he was pretty well drained, which was good. The next day, I'm walking down the hall, and I didn't have him for a patient that day, and he yells out to me. He says, "Come in here, I want you to meet the family." And I says, "Oh, okay." So I walk in, and there's a bunch of people in there. And he says, "This is the guy who made me feel better." Well, yeah, that's what we're supposed to do. And he says, "I want to give you some money." And I said, no, it's part of the job, And he says, no, I want to give you the $10. And I said, well, and I says, okay, I'll take the money. And I realized there's a point here. It made him feel good to give me the money. And by my accepting it instead of refusing it, it made me somewhat happy. But later on, I ran across a situation where I tried to do something like that with somebody else, and they refused it. And that sort of made me not feel so good. So, take the gift. And my final words are, as we've mentioned this morning in Joys and Sorrows, there's been a lot of important stuff mentioned here in Joys and Sorrows. So do something new and do it now. You might not be here tomorrow. And it doesn't matter how old you are when that could happen. And the other thing is make somebody happy. Give them a phone call, take them out to coffee, provide some help. You don't have to lift a wheelchair. Sometimes it's just a matter of saying hello to somebody who maybe is depressed a little bit. And by saying hello, you might start a conversation and move them along, and they'll get better. Thank you.
Thank you, Donn. All right. Our closing words from Christopher Reeve. What makes Superman a hero is not that he has power, but he has the wisdom to use the power wisely. And from Irma Bombeck, who in their infinite wisdom decreed that Little League uniforms be white? Certainly not a mother. Please join me in the extinguishing the flame words in your order of service. We extinguish the shadows, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. Go in peace and with the wisdom of a 2-year-old. Enjoy.